Get any balance, Mitch?
That's great. Yeah, we've got people joining now.
Oh, excellent, excellent. See if anybody. Hi, welcome.
Let me go ahead and introduce you, and then we'll get on with the show.
Neat.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's NAC at Home program. My name is Mitch Case, and I'm with the National Arts Club. Today, we're joined by pianist Jon Weber, who is a frequent guest and performer at the club. Some of you may know. And today, Jon will be playing some jazz classics. Very quick, for those of you who aren't familiar with the National Arts Club, we're a 501c3 nonprofit with a mission to stimulate, foster, and promote public interest in the arts and to educate the American people in fine arts. Annually, the club offers more than 150 free programs, including exhibitions, theatrical and musical performances, lectures, and readings. And recently, we've moved many of those programs online. For more information on the National Arts Club, you can visit nationalartsclub.org or visit us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And without further ado, I'll hand it over to Jon.
Thank you, Mitch. Hey, how you doing, jazz fans? Jon Weber here. It's 1 o'clock in New York City, and thanks for joining us today. I'm going to play without a set list, without a script. I'm going to take your requests. I have a scroll over on my right, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. I've got pretty good vision. I have 25 vision I discovered. I had an eye test not too long ago. And I have 25 vision in that eye and 20/15 in that eye. So I'm farsighted and nearsighted. So fine print, I can see it all. This is a song, I'm going to choose a random string. That's going to be the first note of this song. Thank you very much. It's called The Best Thing for You Would Be Me. I only want what's the best thing for you, and the best thing for you would be me. What a thing to say. Irving Berlin, 1950, I want to say. Call me madam. Do you have any requests? Oh, thank you so much. Somebody identified Abby Buck. Yep, it is Call Me Madam. I probably Ethel Merman, I want to say, very likely. I've been convinced after thinking it through that the best thing for you would be me. Irving Berlin, what can you say? Born on May 11th, his birthday's coming up. May 11th of 1888. Any requests? Put them in the scroll and I'll happily play them. Somebody asked me for, Aaron Price out in North Carolina asked me earlier in private message for I Concentrate on You, which is about Broadway melody of 1940, I want to say. I'm trying to remember the guy who did it. It was Douglas MacPhail, possibly. And does anybody have a key? Oh, I got How High the Moon coming in too. Oh, I love this. I'm getting requests. This is great. Okay, I'm going to play, in the meantime, I am going to play I Concentrate on You in the key of whatever this is. This is the first note. It's a G. Okay. I Concentrate on You, 1940. Cole Porter, born on June 9th, 1891, Peru, Indiana. Peru, one of those cities that's also a country, I suppose. There's 10 countries in the world with 4 letters in the American spelling anyway. If anybody can name them, I'll have a special prize for you. How's that? Let's see. Oh, Abby had a request for How High the Moon. Okay, let's do that one. How High the Moon, that was Morgan Lewis and Nancy Hamilton wrote that about I think they wrote it in 39, but the show called Two for the Show came out in 1940. It ran something like 11 or 12 nights on Broadway, one of those quickie here today, gone tomorrow shows. And I'm going to start it on, let's see, what key? I just heard a G on my computer. That means somebody's sending me an email. There's a B. Oh, okay. That means we're going to be in the key of E. All right. So this is a song that goes through 10 major or minor chords, if I'm not mistaken. How High the Moon, 1939 or 40. The basis of many an improvisation, certainly ornithology was a famous one. How High the Moon and Ella Fitzgerald's wonderful improvised recording. I'm going to look at the scroll over here and see, oh, this is great. I'm saying, oh, thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Philip. In Chicago, right. Oh, It's All Right With Me. Oh, yeah, that's from Can, right? 1953. It's a Cole Porter. It's going to be a Cole Porter day, I guess. So I got a question. The first number I see on the screen, number between 0 and 7. It can't be any lower than 0. And it can't be any higher than 7. Okay, first number I see on the screen. Anybody? Okay. 2. Very good. That was quick. 2. Okay. 2 flats or 2 sharps? Flats or sharps? 2 sharps. Okay. Key of D. Okay. Now what song is it again? That's okay. It's All Right With Me. In the key, that means key of B minor. with 6 flats. It's all right with me, and 6 flats and 2 sharps. Why the heck not? I'm looking at the scroll and see what else we got here. We have, oh, hi. Hi, everybody. Hi, Rena. Hi, Mark Brunell from Chicago. Can't believe it. How high the moon is. Oh, very, okay. Devora, how you doing, my next door neighbor? I have a request. Okay. Here's a song introduced by Anita O'Day. This is back in 1941. The song, the melody, was written by Hoagy Carmichael, who was born on the 22nd of November, 1899. I am a geek for birthdays. I can't help it. Just speaking of which, it's Connie Evingson's birthday today in Minneapolis. I hope she's tuning in. So let's see. Hoagy Carmichael, born 22nd of November of 1899, with Johnny Mercer. In 1933, Hoagy Carmichael presented this melody to Johnny Mercer. I learned this from Rose Kingsley, who regularly plays with Johnny Mercer's son-in-law. So, in any case, he said that Hoagy gave him the melody, and he decided to put it in a drawer. Johnny put it in a drawer and forgot about it. In 1941, Hoagy's like, hey, whatever happened to that melody I gave you? And oh, okay. So he came up with a lyric, and this was, to me, the masterpiece that these two wrote together. They wrote a lot of songs together, but this is the best one they ever did. Anita O'Day sang it way back in 1941. And I need a key, so give me a number. First number I see between 0 and 7. Okay, what do we got? 4. That was quick. 4. Okay. 4. You want 4 flats or 4 sharps? 4 flats. 4 flat it is. Thing about this song to me is bars 7 and 8 of every phrase. Man, what a great opening. And most songwriters would stop right here, but Hoagy added this. Songwriters would stop right here, but he added Hoagy Carmichael, Johnny Mercer. Skylark, have you anything to say to me? Won't you tell me where my love can be? Is there a meadow in the mist where someone's waiting to be kissed? How do you beat that, man? Johnny Mercer, born on the 18th of November of 1909. Skylark, have you seen a valley green with spring where my heart can go journeying over the shadows in the rain to a blossom-covered lane? And in your lonely flight, haven't you heard the music in the night? Wonderful music, faint as a will-o'-the-wisp, crazy as a loon. There's always those homespun images. Sad as a gypsy serenading the moon. Oh, Skylark, won't you tell me if you find these things, because my heart is riding on your wings. So if you see them anywhere, won't you bring me there or take me there? I gotta look that up, make sure. But what a lyric, what a song, what a masterpiece. And it took 8 years to write it. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the scroll here. What else we got? Okay, Skylark. Okay, Paper Moon. Oh, here's a song that had two different titles. It was written by the great Harold Arlen, whose birthday is the 15th of February of 1905, Buffalo, New York. Is that 716 area code? I'm not sure. He wrote that with Yip Harburg. And Billy Rose stamped his name on it. I'm not sure how much Billy Rose contributed to the song. That's always a subject of debate. But the song itself had a different title. It was called If You Believed in Me, way back in 1932. It was from a show called The Great Magoo, not to be confused with the Jim Backus cartoon character. Remember the theme song of the Mr. Magoo show? Anyway, nothing to do with that. Magoo was a sort of a carnival barker on Coney Island, and he had this cheesy little kiosk, and he was embarrassed about it. And the only good thing about his day was this beautiful woman who wandered past, and he sang a song to her. He sang, "Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me." Anyway, and the song was called If You Believed in Me. And after the show folded, the show was called The Great Magoo, the same guys, Harold Arlen and Yip Harburg, decided with Billy Rose to, I don't know, resurrect the song about a year later in a movie called Take a Chance. So they took a chance on that song with a new title, and the new rubber stamped title was It's Only a Paper Moon. What's a good key for It's Only a Paper Moon? That's what I need to know. Give me a number. Give me a number. I'm gonna look at this. Let's see. Wow. Well, okay, I tell you what. Five, a handful. How about that? Five, you want 5 flats? You want 5 sharps? 5 flats, that was quick. That was quick, 5 flats. Okay. That had no business being in there. it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Very good. Thank you for that request. I heard that horn? I was out there, I heard a siren. I hear sirens, I hear horns. This is a bus route, by the way. And every once in a while, we hear beeping horns. You're going to hear some traffic in all likelihood out here. Oh, I've got another request here, a request for a Jerome Kern piece. Ah, okay. And I get to decide how many flats or sharps. I have no idea which one I'm going to do it, but I know that Otto Harbach did write the words to this. This was in a show called Roberta. Do you know the great jazz singer Roberta Gambarini? She was named for this musical. There was a movie musical with Tamara Jiva on Broadway, and she was the big star. She was the name above the marquee. Other people in that show were Sidney Greenstreet, believe it or not. He was in there. Fred McMurray was in there, and introducing Bob Hope. Okay, this is from Roberta. Her parents' first date, way back in the day, probably late 70s, was Roberta. They went to see the movie Roberta, and they said, you know, if we have a daughter, we're going to name her Roberta, and they did. So this is the big hit from that show, and I'll do it in this. Oh, well, the major seventh on top of the major seventh. You know, where's Jacob Collier when you need him? What else we got? Thank you very, very much. Let's see. Philip Graff, how you doing, man? I miss you guys. I miss Chicago. I miss New York. You want to know something? I miss it. This is crazy. I miss New York, and not the stuff you'd think about New York. I miss commuting. For real, for real. I miss, you know, you get on the train. With the thing we complain about the most, the train. You always tell somebody, guess what I saw on the train today? But I miss that. I miss the crazy. I miss the, you know. I mean, you get a city like New York, and the bell curve The outer ends of the bell curve are just a little bit more extreme. The bigger city you got, I like big, scary, skanky cities like Sao Paulo and Shanghai and Lagos, Nigeria, all these places. In any case, I miss New York. I totally miss New York. In any case, you do something to me. Oh, I love it. I'm getting a lot of Cole Porter today. This is great. You do something to me. This is always a grammatical question. You, comma, do something to me. Or it was introduced in 1929 in a show called, gosh, is the same one that had, what is this thing called? Love? No, it's 50 Million Frenchmen. 50 Million Frenchmen, that was the show, 1929. And I remember hearing Sinead O'Connor sing this on the Arsenio Hall show. That's how old I am. So in any case, this is You Do Something to Me in any particular key, or should I just choose a rando? Rando it is. Okay, unless Marlon Rando, unless I see something. Okay. Yeah. B, a B line. Yep, the triplety ending. Why not? That's from 50 Million Frenchmen. There's a lot more than 50 million now, I think. But that was 1929. Cole Porter. Let's see. Oh gosh, I just had. That's actually a really, really good request. You know that. I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna play that one. Dave Frischberg is my favorite living songwriter. Okay, he was born on the 23rd of March of 1933 in St. Paul, Minnesota, a place where I spent a lot of time under normal circumstances. In a perfect world, I would probably be in St. Paul and Minneapolis 7 or 8 times a year, either playing with my birthday friend Connie Evingston, whose birthday is today, or for Steve Heckler, the guy who directs the Jazz Fest out there for the last 21 years. And I miss Minneapolis, and I miss New York. It's an odd thing. And I wasn't going to sing anything because I don't have a microphone. I don't even know what my ballad sounds like out there. You guys could probably give me some feedback and let me know how it sounds. But I think about this this song, I guess. I'm glad somebody requested it. It goes like this. Since I took a left and moved out to the coast, from time to time I find myself engrossed with other erstwhile denizens of the apple. As we sit around and take LA to task, there's a question someone's bound to ask. And with this complex question, we must grapple. Do you miss New York? The anger, action. Does this laid-back lifestyle lack a certain satisfaction? Do you ever burn to pack up and return to the thick of it? Are you really sick of it? As you always say, do you miss the pace, the rat race, the racket? If you had to face it now, do you still think you could hack it? When you're back in town for a quick look around, how is it? Does it seem like home, or just another nice place to visit? Did those halcyon days, just another youthful phase you outgrew? Tell me, do you miss New York? Do you miss New York? Do you miss the strain, the traffic, the tension? Do you view your new terrain with a touch of condescension? On this quiet street, is it really as sweet as it seems out here? Do you dream your dreams out here? Or is that passé? Do you miss the scene, the frenzy, the faces? And did you trade the whole parade for a pair of parking places? If you had a choice, would you still choose to do it all again? Do you find yourself on Netflix watching Annie Hall again? And do you ever run into that guy who used to be you? Tell me, do you miss New York? Me too. Me too. Dave Frischberg, I owe him a phone call. What a great guy. What a great songwriter. Rosie Clooney did that many years ago as well. And Dave did it on an album called, I want to say Live at Vine Street, possibly. He certainly did it at his Kennedy Center concert. That was a great one. In any case, what else we got? I'm looking at the scroll here. Yeah. Oh, Adam Fisher. How you doing, man? I love it. I love it. Kayara, hey, how you doing? Linda. Oh, Linda Selman, by the way. When I go to sleep, I never count sheep. By the way, do you know the story about that song? I'm sure you all know this, but Jack Lawrence wrote this song in 1946. A couple of friends of his had a daughter named Linda. She was in kindergarten. He said, hey, I wrote a song for the kid. What do you think? When I go to sleep, I never count sheep. I count all the charms about Linda. Linda, it seems, in all of my dreams, I dream with my arms about Linda. What good does it do me? Because Linda doesn't know I exist. Anyways, big hit for Buddy Clark. I think it was 17 weeks on the charts. Gigantic hit. Okay. So a lot of girls were named Linda. Something like, I don't know, 2 million girls in the United States suddenly, about 1947, were named Linda. So, including my cousin, Linda, out in Paris. But in any case, long short, fast forward to March 12th of 1969, Linda, the kindergarten kid, is all grown up. And guess who she marries? Anybody? Paul McCartney. That song was written for her, for Linda Eastman. So, small world. If I ever see Paul McCartney wander into my gig, okay, if I'm lucky enough to be sitting at a piano and Paul McCartney walks in, I have a game called What Do You Give Him? I think about famous people. I think, you know, if Francis Ford Coppola walks in, what do you give him, right? Well, I know, here's another game called What Don't You Give Him? You don't give him, as great a song as it is and as great a composer as Nino Rota was, you do not give him that one, okay? But Paul McCartney walks in, I'm not gonna give him Yesterday, I'm not gonna give him Live and Let Die, I'm not gonna give him Let It Be, I'm not gonna give him Long and Winding Road, I'm not gonna give him Michelle, I'm gonna give him Linda. I'm gonna lay that on him. And I'm gonna see if I get his head to turn and I get a nod of assent. So let's see what happens. In any case, what do we have here? Very cool, thanks. Okay, Abby, thank you. Judith, Devora, how you doing? Let's see. Well, should I just play whatever comes in my head? I'm gonna do something, since I purposefully put the camera over here so you can see my left hand. I'm gonna play a song that's sort of a left hand centric song. I wish I was left-handed. People think I'm crazy for wanting this. I've always wanted to be left-handed. So many intelligent people. The Sistine Chapel ceiling was painted with a left hand. How do you like that? Does that look like my left hand on the screen? To me, it looks like my right hand. It's the weirdest flip of the camera trick. So it's an optical illusion. Here's a tune by Enrico Peranunzi, the great Italian pianist, who to me was kind of like Bill Evans. If Bill Evans had lived a few more years, he might have sounded something like Enrico Peranunzi at times. Enrico's a terrific composer, and he wrote a tune called D Song, which goes like this. Let's see, it goes first, yeah. My piano's still in tune after all this time. I don't play very loudly. I think my neighbors are all discovering that I'm a piano player all of a sudden. They're hearing this piano music coming out of my place. Let's see if I have any. Oh, tell us what you played when Stevie Wonder walked. Ah, okay, all right. All right. This was, yes, it's that was Stevie Wonder, whose birthday is coming up next week, by the way. It's going to be the 13th of May, 1950. What happened is I was playing a gig. This is in Chicago, God. It's 1996, October. I still remember this. I was going. Fletcher Henderson's Soft Winds in F, okay? The Count Basie version. corner, off in the distance, I can see somebody rocking back and forth. Okay, somebody, and his attire was immediately caught my attention. It was this blue, very West African looking robe, and he's saying, "Who's playing the piano? Who's playing the piano? Who's playing Soft Winds? Who's playing Fletcher Henderson's Soft Winds in F?" I thought initially it looked like Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live doing Stevie Wonder. It was Stevie Wonder, and I just kept going. I thought, oh, don't leave, don't leave. And after the song was over, I wandered over. He was still, "Who's playing the piano? Who's playing the piano?" And I walked up and I said, "Stevie," you know. He gave me one of those 10-minute handshakes. He doesn't let go because he can't see me, so he's trying to check my pulse. My pulse is doing that, right? So Stevie is saying, "That was Soft Winds." He said, "That's Fletcher Henderson." I said, "Yeah." Count Basie. He said, "Yeah, F." I said, "That's pretty amazing." I said, "What?" I said, "What can I?" I said, "Do you have a minute? Can I play for you?" He said, "Yeah. You want a drink? I'll buy you a drink." So he came over, and I bought him a drink, and he sat there, and I said, "What do you want to hear?" He said, "Ain't Misbehaving." I said, "Ain't Misbehaving? That was with my Fats Waller. He was born in Passaic, New Jersey on the 21st of May of 1904. I said, "You were born on the 13th of May of 1950 in Saginaw, Michigan." He said, "That's true." And I said, "Does that wig you out and people you just met know all kinds of stuff about?" He goes, "Nature of the beast. What are you going to do?" So I played requests for him. And after about 4 songs, I got really brave and I said, "Stevie." And I dared to call him by he's a one-namer. So I said, "Stevie, do you feel like playing a song?" He said, "Sure." He gets up, he plays "Knocks Me Off My Feet." Stevie Wonder plays his own song, sings it, okay? And meanwhile, people on their 1996 cell phones are, "Stevie Wonder's in the place." Okay. And this, anyway, this went on for a while. And he plays "Just Call to Say I Love You." He plays "Overjoyed." He plays "Someone You Love." And he's playing "Golden Lady." And he says, "John, where are you? Get up here." And I obeyed. I sat next to him. I sat next to him on the bench, and we played, no lie, for the next 4.5 hours till 10 o'clock. Just, he sang, he played, we did stuff together, and what a nice guy. Anyway, so that was, somebody asked about my Stevie Wonder story. Take the A Train. Oh gosh, I wrote a song when I was 16 called A-Frame, which was based upon the chord changes that I improvised one random time. I decided to make sort of a Thelonious Monk angular reharmonization of "Take the A Train," Billy Strayhorn's "Take the A Train," and I abstracted out the melody and added my own sort of neo-bebop-y line, and it became A-Frame. And you don't even recognize that it's "Take the A Train" until you get to the last 32 bars, in which I quote all 32 bars of "Take the A Train." That's fun. In any case, I had a request for A Train, which is a terrific song. So try this beat. Stevie Wonder bass line quote. Stevie Wonder wrote the best bass lines in the business, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. IMHO. Hey, Linda. Nevertheless. Oh my gosh, I love Nevertheless. That's Kelmar and Ruby, is it not? I think there was a movie with Fred Astaire. Was it Mary Martin? Fred Astaire, Mary Martin. I knew I'd have a hard time thinking of the other person. I'll think of it. Nevertheless, in this key. By the way, there's a song by Neil Innes called Nevertheless, but it is a Beatles parody. This is sort of a sitar thing. So. That's the one you mean, right? Nevertheless, not to be confused with the Neil Innes Nevertheless, which is a great song as well. The great late Neil Innes. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much. You guys are so much. That's your A-frame. I got to practice A-frame, you know, something that I should really dig that one up. I haven't really played it all that much since I was about, I don't know, maybe 17 or so. I wrote about 16. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the movie has 3 little words. That is absolutely correct. Arlene Dahl. Oh, Arlene Dahl is around, by the way. She's great. She's a beautiful, beautiful lady. Let's see. I'm going to do maybe a couple more songs. So let's see. Just play whatever comes into my head. You know, I don't know about you guys. The month of April went by pretty darn fast for me. And what's a good April song besides April Love or April in Paris? Or how about, I got one. Since I did reference Bill Evans a little bit earlier, I should probably play a song called In April. It was originally called For Nanette. Nanette was Bill Evans' wife, and with whom he had a son, Evan Evans, who's a great film score out in Los Angeles now. But a song called In April. Roger Shore, the great Roger Shore, who lives in New York City, who I miss. I miss all my friends in New York City. But this is In April. in April 1978 or so. It was this great album that Bill Evans did a solo. It was just him overdubbed, kind of what we're starting to do today with programs like Acapella or Adobe Premiere, where you get to do the Hollywood Squares, Brady Bunch cubicles of yourself, and you can make a whole Mormon Tabernacle choir of yourself. I'm going to do one more song, and I should, first thing I say, I remember April. That was from a movie called Ride 'em Cowboy, of all things. That was Gene DePaul. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, Gene DePaul in 1941. And let's see. So I'm going to close our show. Thank you very much, Mitch Case. I really appreciate our great engineer and host, Mitch Case. Nadine Heidinger. Linda Selman, of course, National Arts Club. And we're going to do concerts like this every Thursday, first Thursday. So. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys, if not sooner. My name
Thank
is
you, John.
It's my pleasure to play. Hey, Mitch, how are you?
Good. Thank you for that performance, and we look forward to having you back. And for additional upcoming programs from the club, please visit nationalartsclub.org. And thank you again, John.
Thank you. My pleasure, Mitch. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'll see you next time. I'll see you on the web.
Bye-bye, John.
Bye-bye.